You enter this world like an untamed myth, carrying memories from your lineage that couldn't be named, your forbidden truth wrapped in human skin. Black Moon Lilith marks the part of your soul that refused to bow, the part of you that remembered freedom before the world taught you fear, the part that always remained sovereign in a matrix that attempted to convince you that you were small. And because of this, Black Moon Lilith is not your shadow. Instead, she is the untouched, undomesticated, and unapologetic, uncompromising truth of who you were before your conditioning. That's right, today we're going to speak all about Black Moon Lilith. She is the part of you that holds the frequency of rejection that awakened your power. This is shame that ended up forging your sovereignty as you move through this existence. She also represents exile that ended up becoming your initiation, truth that reveals your destiny, and the part of you that cannot be silenced. She is essentially the part of you that incarnates and says, I will not compromise myself to belong. That's what she is. Let's speak about the myth of Black Moon Lilith. So before Eve, there was Lilith, a woman created equal, autonomous, free. But the moment she refused to obey, to submit, to make herself smaller for comfort or approval, she was exiled. Lilith is not a woman who did wrong. She's the woman who refused to betray herself. She chose exile over inauthenticity. That energy still lives in your chart. How Black Moon Lilith activates in you is she represents your raw power that was once rejected, your truth that was punished, your desire that was once shamed, and your voice that was once silenced. Your magic was once understood, and your freedom threatened someone's control. And yet, that is also the place where your greatest fire lives. When Lilith is unconscious, it shows up as self-abandonment, where you shrink yourself to hide your gifts and sabotage your own power. You'll find yourself attracting people who will suppress you. You'll experience intense emotional triggers and rage that protects the wounded self. But when Lilith is owned, embodied, and integrated, this is where you become sovereign and your intuition becomes razor sharp. You'll find that your shame completely dissolves and your expression becomes pure again. Boundaries end up becoming sacred and your creativity becomes feral and alive. You'll notice relationships in your life become honest as your power becomes embodied rather than performed. Owning Lilith is the remembering that there is nothing wrong with who I am. And there never was. Now, if we apply the law of one to this, which is source that has experienced itself as absolutely everything, then Lilith becomes the part of you that remembers lifetimes as a witch, a rebel, a priestess, a warrior, as a lover who loved too deeply, and as the woman who couldn't be owned, the soul who chose truth over belonging across lifetimes. If we apply the law of one context to this, then Lilith becomes the density that collapses the illusion of separation. This is the part of you that remembers you've played every role across lifetimes. You've played the role of the exiler as well as the exiled, the liberator as well as the liberated. This is the part of you that remembers the simultaneous lifetimes that are coexisting within this multiverse, the version of you that's held this power, this desire, this intuition and sovereignty, and you're able to call forth your power from all of these different lifetimes. The lifetime in which you were the witch that was exiled, the lifetime in which you were the high priestess, and you're reclaiming these aspects of self. That's how I see it with the law of one. You will experience Lilith scattered in all themes across all areas of your life because she transits as an invisible point along our solar system. And she spends 9 months moving through each sign, which means that she moves through different areas of your life for 9 months, which is, I'm hearing, revealing its hidden gestation process, which is the amount of time that a baby is, I'm hearing designed, is able to grow and then is then revealed to the world. So these are different themes that you're going through in your lifetime, where you're reclaiming your power in 4th house when it comes to home and family, when it comes to 5th house, your creative expression, right? So it's going to move through all different areas of your life. But every time she changes signs in the sky, she awakens the shadow, your truth, where it is that you're liberating yourself, as well as your primal desires, even karmic memories, and you step into that feminine power of self-sovereignty. When Lilith transits a house in your chart, she's essentially exposing where you've abandoned yourself in that area of your life. She's revealing where you've been silencing your own authentic expression, and she'll bring forth karmic encounters and mirrors. This will activate any buried memories across lifetimes and awaken these forbidden gifts as it forces you into a radical truth. Wherever she's currently transiting, she will illuminate that area or excavate that area to say, okay, your soul can no longer stay asleep in these realms. So it's like a stirring where it's uncomfortable, but it's only by moving through the discomfort that you find relief in the soul's expression. Let's go ahead and break down the 12 archetypal systems within this matrix and how Lilith expresses herself in these areas of your life, whether this be in themes of transit or your own natal chart. We will utilize the whole sign house system. I will leave instructions in the description box and the comment section of this video and how to find Lilith. Lilith looks like this, okay? So this symbol right here, you'll be able to see where it is that she's placed in your natal chart and also understand where it is that she may be aspecting you. With that being said, let's go ahead and begin with the first sign of the zodiac. If you have Lilith in Aries or the first house, this is the untamed self. You'll rarely land as neutral. You'll walk into rooms like destiny in motion. People will feel you before you speak. Your very presence is a storm and a signal. This placement awakens through identity eruptions, sudden urges to break free, and a return to your primal instinct. Others see you as bold, fiery, and uncontainable, even when you're silent. Lilith transiting Aries or your first house will trigger a reinvention. You'll notice a change in your appearance as your confidence spikes, maybe even dramatic endings in your life, and a rebirth into your true self. The shadow of this is going to be anger, impulsivity, and isolation, but your power lies in the embodiment of unapologetic selfhood. If you have Lilith in Taurus or the 2nd house, this is the sacred body. Your body holds ancient memory, and people sense it. You radiate an energy that feels slow, sensual, and magnetic. Your presence alone can make others confront their desires, insecurities, and scarcity wounds. Lilith transiting through Taurus or the 2nd house can trigger financial breakthroughs, money rebellion, body reclamation, and a deeper connection to earthly pleasure. You may suddenly refuse to tolerate anything that undervalues you. The shadow is scarcity and body shame, and your power lies in self-worth that cannot be shaken. If you have Lilith in Gemini or the 3rd house, this is the forbidden voice. Your words are spells, and yours land with force. People feel exposed around your honesty because you say what others avoid. Your mind moves quickly, connecting psychic dots that others overlook. Lilith transiting through Gemini or your 3rd house will activate your throat chakra, truth-telling, psychic downloads, forbidden conversations, and timeline-shifting ideas. Expect conflict with siblings, neighbors, or online communities, all pushing you towards voice sovereignty. The shadow will be gossip or self-censorship, and your power lies in a voice that wakes sleeping souls. If you have Lilith in Cancer or the 4th house, this is the ancestral mother. Your aura carries emotional weight of generations. People project their unmet needs onto you, parents, partners, friends, because you feel like home and threat at once. Lilith transiting through Cancer or the 4th house will trigger childhood wounds, family confrontations, home transformations, and ancestral memory release. You'll become more psychic, more intuitive, and more emotionally fearless. The shadow becomes codependency as well as emotional suppression, and your power is matriarchal sovereignty as well as psychic depth. If you have Lilith in Leo or the 5th house, this is the sacred performer. Your creativity is dangerous because it's honest. You shine without trying, and others feel both inspired and threatened. Your presence awakens their suppressed joy, sexuality, and authenticity. If Lilith is transiting through Leo or the 5th house, then this sparks creative explosions, romantic entanglements, sexual awakenings, artistic breakthroughs, and an inner child liberation. You may become more visible or controversial. The shadow is going to be becoming addicted to external validation, and your power lies in your own divine self-expression. If you have Lilith in Virgo or the 6th house, this is the sacred body worker. Your precision is medicine. People come to you for healing without even realizing it. Your way of organizing, analyzing, and tending to the body is spiritually guided. If Lilith is transiting through Virgo or the 6th house, this will activate health upgrades, habit shifts, somatic healing, work rebellion, and mastery of a craft. You may uncover hidden health issues and resolve them. The shadow is perfectionism or self-punishment, and your power lies in embodied healing. If you have Lilith in Libra or the 7th house, this is the shadow of partnership. Your relationships feel fated, karmic, magnetic, and mirror-like. People fall into obsession or fear with you because you awaken their unhealed patterns. Your beauty or energy often intimidates. If Lilith is transiting through Libra or the 7th house, this would trigger breakups, realignments, soulmate meetings, contracts dissolving, and karmic closures. You'll stop tolerating unbalanced partnerships. The shadow is attraction to controlling partners, and your power lies in divine equal partnership. If Lilith is in Scorpio or your 8th house, this is the forbidden depth. You carry death codes, transformation, endings, depths. People project fantasies, fears, and desires onto you. Your aura is intense, magnetic, and dangerous, but also sacred. If Lilith is transiting through Scorpio or the 8th house, this will trigger rebirth cycles in financial mergers, sexuality upgrades, psychic expansion, and shadow exposure. You become a catalyst for others' transformation. Your shadow lies in obsession and power struggles, but your power lies in the transformation itself. If you have Lilith in Sagittarius or the 9th house, this is the spiritual rebel. You're a walking paradigm shift. Your existence challenges belief systems, and people look at you and rethink what they thought that they knew. Lilith transiting through Sagittarius or the 9th house can trigger travel, spiritual awakenings, philosophical shifts, teacher roles, and liberation from dogma. You become more outspoken and prophetic. The shadow is going to be dogma as well as spiritual arrogance, but your power lies in prophetic clarity. If you have Lilith in Capricorn or the 10th house, this is the untamed leader. You were never meant to follow, and people know it. Your presence in public spaces or workplaces shift power dynamics. Authority figures either fear you or want to control you. If Lilith is moving through Capricorn or the 10th house, this will trigger career shifts, promotions, authority rebellion, public visibility, and destiny activation. You may leave systems that cannot contain your integrity. The shadow is going to be collapsing under pressure, but your power lies in leadership rooted in integrity. If you have Lilith in Aquarius or the 11th house, this is the outsider visionary. You embody a future the collective isn't ready for. People admire your uniqueness, but often misunderstand you. Your ideas seem to be ahead of your time. If Lilith is transiting Aquarius or your 11th house, this will activate online visibility, community shifts, friend betrayals, innovation, and breakthroughs in your purpose. You'll attract unusual people and situations. The shadow becomes alienation, and your power lies in remembering yourself as a revolutionary genius. If you have Lilith in Pisces or the 12th house, this is the mystic. You remember everything. This life, past lives, alternate timelines, and people sense your depth immediately. Your aura feels otherworldly, psychic, and dreamlike. If Lilith is moving through Pisces or your 12th house, this will trigger psychic awakenings, dream prophecies, spiritual sensitivity, karmic closure, and multidimensional awareness. Old identities dissolve as new gifts emerge. The shadow is going to become escapism, and your power lies in mystical embodiment. I hope that you enjoyed the 12 archetypal system breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and pull a message for you in my Cosmos Oracle. and see what comes through, what it is that you may need to hear most at this time. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Share that Black Moon Lilith is aspecting you. We have entropy, quantum entanglement, and binary star. So this is something that was always transversing your path. Let me wait for these motorbikes to zoom by. Entropy is a super interesting card. Let me go ahead and read it for you. It's a very, very interesting, especially in this specific dynamic. It talks about the collapse of a system. So entropy is loss of order in a system. And I'm hearing you are that loss of order that shakes up the system, right? Black Moon Lilith is quite literally that. Loss of order in a system. Entropy indicates the level of molecular uncertainty of a system. It's the measure of the amount of energy which is lost due to being unavailable to do work. So this is something that you deeply understand, because when we speak about a high entropy environment, well, that is life on Earth, because we're living in a multi-dimensional plane, right? The third dimension has certain universal laws that govern this construct that we move through. And part of that is the law of duality, but simultaneously the law of oneness. So we're understanding what it is that we are giving ourselves the opportunity to liberate ourselves from the environment around us. Okay, I'm hearing because of the environment around us. That's telling us about our inner world, especially through triggers. And this is also where you could trigger others with Black Moon Lilith too. You're revealing a part of them that they must give themselves permission to finally release. It's a part of them that also remembers freedom before the world taught them fear. So remaining locally ordered in this truth, right, your internal cosmos, while disorder is displaced. It reminds you of the Osirian. So it's a self-organized system. You're grounded in this truth. You're grounded in this knowing. You're grounded in that 0-point perspective. So there's this essence of play, okay, playing with the shadow. It is the transition from a disorderly state to an even more disorderly state. There are notions of microscopic order and disorder, uncertainty. So I'm seeing first you didn't know what to do with this, but now you do. You're understanding the role that it plays in your life. And you're understanding how that manifests in the world around you, because reality is coming from you, not to you. So you're understanding what's coming from you. I'm hearing in regards to the vibrational frequency that you're emanating. A set of messages of which only one will be received. The word entropy comes from the Greek word meaning confusion, derived from a twisting motion. Turn around, return, or change the layout. At first look, entropy shows us disproportion. We improve by putting order to that molecular confusion. So this is on a molecular level, okay? There's like a deep truth that you have within you and a deep remembrance of why you had chosen this very specific energy signature within the avatar that you would utilize for this incarnation. Get down to earth, introduce organization, establish your ideas so that you can clear your hesitation. So there could be a hesitation around what to do with this next. You know, I'll share with you guys my one. My Black Moon Lilith is right by my ascendant. So it's literally right on my avatar in my Sagittarius first house. So it's interesting because and I'll talk about this in a whole astrocartography series, but whenever I travel to a descendant Black Moon Lilith line, I'll see certain people pop up in my reality that are giving me an invitation, an opportunity, right? Other versions of me to really step into that unapologetic truth. And that truth can be intimidating if we're not ready to confront that within ourselves. And it's very personal to the self. As you live in your own authentic, liberated expression, it also unconsciously gives others permission to do the same. So there's that type of essence of it. And then with quantum entanglement, that's messages from your future self, especially because right now at the time of recording this, Mercury has just stationed retrograde, and it's in the sign of Pisces across the North Node. So messages are coming through very non-linearly. Okay, it's almost like this thread of confusion that is also giving you powerful insights around, I don't know what to do with this just yet, but I know that I'm finally embracing it, right? I don't know where this may take me, but I know that I'm finally embracing it. And quantum entanglement is the illusionary separation between you and that version of self. It's just an octave within you that's being, finally being given permission to express itself, because with binary star, it's been something that's always transversing your path. This talks about binary star as something that has always been traveling alongside you. It's something that has always been within you. I'm hearing from lifetime to lifetime, and now there's just a major theme when it comes to liberated self-expression in any of these areas of your life, in where she may be placed or how she may move and aspect you at different stages of your evolutionary journey. Binary star talks about stars in harmony. There's a mutual understanding that they share the same path. Unlike optical doubles, they do not try to change the path of the other, nor is there an illusionary union. Simply by being, they belong and respond to each other through an inevitable and harmonic dance dedicated to being. So it's a form, they form the same system, and one orbits the other. It's a difficult but fundamental task for astronomer, which is understanding the common point of all souls in orbit. So it's the fractal nature that is the holographic system that we're moving through, and how you are being given the opportunity to return to yourself again and again and again. I'm just seeing that it's like the wave where you go out into the world, into the matrix as a wave, but the wave is not separate from the ocean. It's just an expression of the ocean. And I'm seeing that for you, where there's a wave that goes out and it hits a boundary. Okay, it feels like you've hit a roadblock in your external experience, but then the wave returns amplified. And I'm seeing that in regards to going internal and external. There's something that you keep revisiting, or that reality keeps bringing into your experience, that you're bringing from yourself into your own reality to revisit again and again and again. And I'm just seeing like you're mastering that Lilith expression. I'm hearing that raw expression of Lilith. Let's go and get a message for this as well. We also have for the gateway of the light angelic frequency, which says that you are in this potent connection. Angels are here, you are safe, and there's a potent connection. And it also talks about becoming an earth angel. So this is the area where you could be a walking trigger, but it also could be your greatest gift in the roles of contrast, but then also from the unified field of creation and lens in this beautiful dance that we're all participating in. I'm hearing certain contracts are being complete for you through your experimental participation and experiential participation. Your experience, okay, and participating in certain experiences and understanding that as solely an experiment of play and not attaching to the stories themselves or the characters, and understanding them as infinite, countless expressions of the one, is you playing inside of your own field. Okay, you're playing inside of your own field, and anything that enters your field is always in resonance with what the soul is moving through and evolving through. And I'm hearing also evolving from beyond previous expressions. Okay, so it's a very intelligently self-organized system where you're being given the opportunity, and you are the opportunity. You are the path that you're walking and everything on it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. What am I teaching myself through the form of another me? That's what this is. It's from the lens of unity, and with potent connection, this is also, angels in your field and these different corresponding dimensional fields, and occupying each one of those realms are these different archetypes that are encouraging you to, subconscious projections of your own, projections of your own subconscious mind encoded into your field. Let me go ahead and read it for you. We need to hear something from this. So it speaks, angels are drawing close to you at this time, so be open to signs and synchronicities that confirm this. It's important for you to know that through your actions, choices, and service, you've upgraded your spiritual connection and frequency. Rejoice, for you may be rewarded with abundance and blessings at this time, and you have been making choices that are not only for your greater good, but also for those around you. So again, liberated expression. Because Black Moon Lilith is the part of us that's taught by society, oh, you should feel shameful for this thing, or you should feel like if you express this side of yourself that you're going to be rejected. But really, she is the repressed part of us, the suppressed part of us, that once embodied actually ends up becoming a huge inspiration. So Yeah, it's interesting because I see that, and I noticed that within my own subjective journey in the lens of having this across my ascendant, that there is the challenging of belief systems, and it really becomes a question of, oh, you're open-minded. Well, are you open-minded enough to see where you're still closed-minded? There is that challenge, and it can feel like a challenge to the ego itself because it's trying to contain or compartmentalize the infinite. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Okay, so I'm gonna love and leave it right there. I'm just gonna leave it there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. And yeah, there will be personal reading details available for the waiting list, because as you guys are watching this, there are things in motion behind the scenes where I will be closing down personal readings for a set amount of time. It's not fully confirmed, but I know that I'll have the ball rolling again by the month of May. But I'll let you know if a window does open up before then. If you are looking for some high quality AAA graded jewelry, one of the proceeds are donated towards otter sanctuaries. If you purchase from Otter Spirit, you have 2 discount codes for this in the description box down below. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you there. Let me know, where is Lilith aspected for you, and where may she be transiting at this time in your life? How do you feel that being manifested right now? Okay. Okay, until next time. Bye.